And here at halftime of the Celtics game, just wanted to bring you some updates on the weekend from CCRI softball and baseball. Um, this obviously it's a pretty big night here in New England sports because we have the Celtics playing right now, trying to hold off the Hawks taking a 3-1 lead back to Atlanta. And so far, so good, I would say, in the first half. Although they do have to cool off Millsap, who's gone for 26 points in the first half. And I'm not sure how you quite allow that to happen without having a defender in his face wherever he goes. But he's getting all the bounces right now. So, but as Tommy said just a couple of minutes ago, hopefully a glass of ice water will cool him off a little bit. And the Celtics can hang on and go back to Atlanta. Tied at 2. And then obviously we have the Red Sox against the Astros at 8. And of course, yesterday, you really need to read my blog post on Clay Buchholz. Clay found a way to once again just couldn't get it done. Just when he knew probably knew he had already made the batter to whom he gave up the grand slam. He'd already made him look pretty foolish with a couple of curveballs, but then he decided to throw him a dead red fastball that ended up in the upper deck for a grand slam. So you need to read my blog post on Clay Buchholz, who, to me has gone from someone who was heralded as a top of the rotation pitcher to really the complete embodiment of mediocrity. But in any event, so Celtics at half right now, and I believe they're down by 2, and the Sox at 8 against the Astros. But CCRI, okay. So you may have seen me at the finally had a chance to broadcast the CCRI Lady Night softball game this past Friday, and I thought it was a lot of fun. I went into my, if you want to call it, working relationship with CCRI and Dan LeCorbinier, really, as a baseball guy, and he asked me if I could do softball, and I was, sure, why not? I'll give it a try, and I got to say, I think I found softball more fun, broadcasting softball more fun than baseball, to be honest. I mean, I have a pretty extensive baseball background, but that was a lot of fun, other than the fact that I had the wind in my face the entire time, and I was really freezing various parts of my body off as the second game wore on. But it was a lot of fun, and you see we had one, I believe Erica, I believe her name is Jewett. I have a highlight right here from the first game.
Pitch on its way to the plate is hit hard up the gap to left center field, and that is kind of catching grass up against the wall. Spargo is in, and Archibald is going to hold up at third. Spargo crosses to give the Lady Knights a 2-1 lead. Archibald is in at third. Jewett has a double, and the Lady Knights are in business with 2 runners in scoring position. 1 run in and only 1 out.
Yeah, so I believe it was Erica Jewett. If I don't have my roster in front of me here or my scorebook, but Erica had a pretty big game. I think she had a couple of doubles. She might have had 3 hits, several RBI, a couple of runs scored. So she had a big game. She was the designated player in the first game. But the Lady Knights went on to sweep that doubleheader. They were supposed to play yesterday against Monroe Community College, I believe. But they did not. And then today I was following Twitter. I was actually supposed to broadcast today's doubleheader as well, but various things in my life just I was trying to get them sorted out, and it just really wouldn't have made any sense for me to put everything else on hold. One of the things I can honestly say is that I'm a pretty dutiful son, and my mom, who could use my help in many different ways at this point. I had to go take care of my mom, so I think you'll cut me a little slack on that one. But anyway, in any event, I was following along on Twitter, and it appears that Lady Knights once again swept an all-important Division 21 doubleheader, 9-0 and 8-0. According to what I saw on Twitter, Bella Malvini had a walk-off 2 RBI single in the first game, in which the Knights won 9-0. I'm not quite sure how you have a walk-off 2 RBI single when you're ahead I guess 7-0. I'm not, unless we're talking about the mercy rule or something of that sort. But in any event, the Lady Knights took care of business, that's for sure. And Bella drove in what appeared to be two important runs. So good for Bella. And then Courtney Sheridan, once again, pretty solid on the mound. Recorded two more wins, and the Lady Knights took the second game 8-0. So as of right now, the Lady Knights are 16-8 overall, 9-1 in, I believe it would be Division 21 league action. Daniel Corbinier did tell me that the regionals are coming up, and I don't know if it's next weekend or the weekend after, but I am going to do my very darndest to be sure that I'm broadcasting at least one of those games, if not more than that, with my trusty sidekick, my son Little Fiend, behind the camera. Little Fiend is going to CCRI next year, so hopefully. And we hope that he will be the voice of the basketball Knights, as he has quite a bit of experience calling basketball games. He's been doing that in high school for 4 years now. Okay, the baseball team apparently at this point is 10-9 overall, 4-4 in Region 21 play. Yesterday, I believe it was, they split a doubleheader with UConn Avery Point, winning the first game 11-1, losing the second one 9-5. Today, they apparently lost a single match with UConn Avery Point 7-1. So once again, the baseball team, I've only broadcast one of those games, which was a great game a week ago yesterday, I believe it was, when the Knights came back and in the bottom of the seventh, and then in extra innings managed to pull that one out. So things look pretty good for both the softball and the baseball team. And from here, I'm just going to just a couple of mentions here that I'd like to put by you. The two sponsors that have been contributing in some sort to the site to this point are Bishop Connolly High School, which is, to be honest, I'm not sure why more. I think it's probably because a lot of families honestly don't know about it. But Bishop Connolly High School is a Catholic 9 through 12. Okay, just like some of the prominent Catholic 9 through 12 high schools that they have here in Rhode Island. But it's only 30 minutes from the metropolitan Providence area in Fall River, which really kind of amazes me that more families don't take advantage of it, because you're getting the same Catholic educational experience, and you're getting that same safe Catholic environment, as opposed to whether or not you are, hedging on whether or not you want to send your son or daughter to a public school. And the tuition is literally half of what you're going to pay for some of the more prominent Catholic high schools here in Rhode Island. So just some advice, recommendation. You might want to contact Bishop Connolly High School, see if you can arrange for a personal tour, or perhaps if you can get some other families involved, you could even arrange for your own, perhaps, open house of sorts. They're more than willing to accommodate you in whatever way that you need, and they also arrange for transportation if it's needed. So Bishop Connolly High School, it'd be at least well worth a phone call. And the other one there is Funny Farm Services. I know that sounds like something that at first glance you're saying, what's Funny Farm Services? Well, it's seriously not funny, because it's run by C.J. Medeiros, out of Berkeley, Massachusetts, and it is a full-service home property maintenance, repair, installation, anything that you require on your property. You name it, they can do it. Okay, from landscaping to furnace installation, you name it, they can do it. Painting, it doesn't matter, they can do it. And at considerably less cost that you would pay for some of the other major companies. So if you have anything if you're in the market for something for maintenance or repair in your home, and you want to save some serious money in the process, it's, again, worth a while just to make a call and talk to CJ Medeiros. The other two pictures there I have there. One is of my YouTube site for the Rhode Island Sports Network. Please subscribe, okay, to the network, so that I can have as many followers. People are. It's not just CCRI, obviously, that we're talking about. I just happen to be working with CCRI and trying to broadcast as many games as I can for them. But it's it's Rhode Island sports. I'm trying to cover all of the major things that I can. Obviously I'm kind of limited in where I can be at all times, and I do have a job. But it is an interest of mine. So subscribe. I'd greatly appreciate it. Take a look at the videos that we put up here, the games that we put up here. In the summer, I'm going to try and cover Little League, the Summer Basketball League in North Providence. And I'm going to try and cover whatever I can. I know in the fall and in the winter, Dan Carbonare and I have already talked about the possibility of my doing soccer for CCRI and basketball in the winter. So hopefully this is something that continues to grow. And the other one is just a screenshot of my Twitter page. So any followers there would also be appreciated. Okay, so I'm Fiend. This is the Rhode Island Sports Network. Signing off, going back to watch the Celtics, and then I'm switching over to the Red Sox, and I'll do a little back and forth thing. You know what I mean? All right, so until next time, Fiend signing off.